It was awful windy yesterday. I don't care much for the wind. It was awful windy yesterday, man. I don't care that much for the wind because the wind kind of blows. It was really windy, man. Yesterday was awful windy, man. It was really windy, man. I didn't care much for it. It was awful. Dun, 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 dun. It was really windy yesterday. Didn't really care much for the wind, yeah. Didn't really care much for the wind, yeah. Ladies and gents, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's a social production. We're doing it on the Wednesday, April the 30th, 2025. I believe it is 2025. That's right. Sip of this water right over here. Nothing but some of that H2O and fresh air. Nothing beats the old water and fresh air. Nothing, this guy right here. H2O, the fresh airs. Yes, sir. We're doing it. It's Wednesday. I don't care for the wind, man. It's awful windy yesterday in the city, that is. If you're not in the city of Toronto, you wouldn't know. You'd have no clue what I'm talking about right now. It was really windy yesterday. Spring is sprung, but also winter is like holding on. Still have to bring out the parka every once in a while. It's the end of April. God damn it. When's it gonna warm up? I'm talking like t-shirts and short weather. It's freezing yesterday. It was kind of cold, man. Don't care for the cold, man. You don't understand because you're not here. Unless you're here, then you totally get what I'm saying, man. But nothing but water and fresh air for this guy. This guy's all about the H2O. And who needs the caffeine and anything else other than water and the H2Os? That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gents, thank you for joining me wherever you're tuning in from. Like always, if it's Canada, Wagwan, to me familia. Once again, down south in the United States, further down south, Mexico, South America, over there in Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Australia, all around the world. If you're just tuning in, you're like, where can I find these videos? I'm glad you asked. You can find them on Instagram. Follow me there if you like. If you hold your life valuable, then subscribe on the YouTube channel, because otherwise, who knows what will happen. If you'd like to fiscally, financially support the show, check out patreon.com/RobSadri if you'd like to fiscally, financially support the show. To watch this little show that could, and the little show that would and should, just snowball down the hill that is the hill that we're on. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, Canada, Wagwan to me familia, of course. Canada voted and we selected our new prime minister. That's right. We selected a liberal government once again. This is our second consecutive gay prime minister. That's right. 2 gay prime ministers in a row, which says a lot about the milieu that we're in right now in Canada. That is, it's all in all positive attitude. All right, just hoping everybody pulls together, and we pull together though. We pull together. Canada, together. We went through some stuff globally, and country by country. We went through stuff like 4 or 5 years ago, and then we decided we had a taste of the status quo, and then Canada was like, it's just a little bit of time went by, and then Canada went like, you know what, more of the status quo, bring that back. So congratulations, all in all. I'm hopeful. Of course, this is beautiful. It's beautiful. You never know. Just because some of them are lizard people who belong to the World Economic Forum, who knows what could happen? Business as usual, of course. Canada will always be business. It's status quo. It's nice. What can you do? It's just the same. It's the same old. But nonetheless, Canada voted, and we sent a message globally that nobody fucks with Canada, nobody fucks with Canadians unless it's Canadians fucking with Canadians. We sent that message out loud and proud. So here we are. But I wish everybody the best out there. I know they too wished us the best, and who knows what will happen. But that's right. What will happen is that Canada will continue to work the way it normally does, and nobody really get out of line, sort of thing. we said we're primed. We're primed right now. We said yes to, we are. If China wants to take over, I believe we are primed for that. We're ready for communism, not like old school Maoist communism. I'm talking like new forms of communism, which is a blend of communism, capitalism mixed in together. So that is nice. Nobody make that much money unless you're in a group of elites who makes a lot of money, and then the rest of the people just work at just gig jobs and just minimum wage and not that much room for growth. But if you're like wondering what can you do, and things that you could do a lot in Canada, right? I'm not gonna beat around the way. You can do a lot in Canada. You could do gig work. You could do real estate. You could sell cars. You could become a doctor. But if you're gonna go that route, most people get up and go. I had friends in university. I had friends who wanted to become doctors. They got up and left. They went to the U.S. Most of them did. The smart ones did. The ones that could did. Let's just put it that way. The ones that could did. Other ones stayed. God knows what happened to them. Hundreds of thousands of dollars probably in debt due to medical. But that's okay too, because down the line, you know what? The robots and the AI is going to take over. You don't need to worry. It's all good. Other than that, you could do lawyering if you're like I don't want to do gig work and I don't want to sell houses and real estate and I don't want to sell cars either. You're like that you could do lawyering if you like, but that too will be replaced by AI and automation too. So all in all, the safest thing in Canada, I'll tell you this: the status quo remains as banking will be firm in Canada. If you're like, oh, what can I do? In Canada, you could do banking, if you have a lot of money, you can do banking. You could do real estate investment. We do wonderful work in terms of real estate washing. If you are a foreign investor, if you have no allegiance to Canada, if you don't even speak English or French, you can come here, dump your money. We can build beautiful condos that no Canadian can afford. And you can rent many of those. You can own 15 of those at a time. You can buy condos. You don't even need to live here. You can buy condos, rent it out in the downtown core area, 400, 500, 600 square feet, going for millions of dollars. And that's the beauty of the status quo, baby. So all in all, we care about first and foremost, I believe again, 2 gay prime ministers. So strong with the LGBTQ, and fucking the climate is important to us as well. Canada, one of the largest land masses on Earth, with one of the lowest populations you can imagine, almost 40 million. But CO2's very important to us. Other than that, rest assured, you can guys just do construction work if you're into that. If you're into heavy hardcore labor in winter time when it's freezing out, you can do construction if you like. But if you don't I'm telling you right now, just heavy investments in real estate. We can build the condos and crank up the prices. Everybody can make bank in Canada. I'm telling you right now, put your money in property, you can make bank. That's fucking really good. Pharmaceuticals too. If you can invest in pharmaceuticals, I'm telling you right now, things are going to be on the up and up. But all in all, most people gig work. If you start a business, good luck out there. Otherwise, it's just good vibes. It's just good vibes. More of the same. People, as we got tested and we said yes. We primed ourselves. We said yes to socialism, communism. More or less, everybody just being on the same. Not enough to really grow. Not too little to really get feisty and be like, oh, we need to do something right now. Just right there, just right at the right, not enough pressure to make you want to go make a difference somehow. Not that you could anyway, but it doesn't matter. But enough so that you get enough to get by month. God forbid, should you have a $500 or $1,000 hiccup come in, you're like, good luck with that. Most people can't handle it. But that's just the beauty of it, because we're all in it together. We're all in the same boat together. Some of us are painting the boat. Some of us are at the dock getting the boat prepared for it to be able to launch. Some of us won't be on the boat. Some of us only see the boat from the shore. It's nice. Most of us see the boat, which is nice. Most of us get to see the boat. Some of us have luxury boats, that's also beautiful. We're primed for communism. Socialism, that's most people just make bare minimum. It'll probably work itself out. I'm sure down the line there's going to be some sort of universal basic income, because once the trucking industry goes out the window, once the cab driving goes out the window, once you realize everybody buys from big corporations, nobody really cares for the mom and pops that much. You don't have that much money to splurge anyway on the mom and pops, so that's all good. And we're also, I believe, just because of the whole masking thing, I still see people 5 years after COVID is gone. I still see some people on the streets of Toronto in their cars still wearing masks. Those people are also primed for Islam. If you are, I said it, we should just send those guys to the Middle East right now. These guys are primed for the burqa, full, just the slit of the eye so you can just see the eye. These guys are ready. But nonetheless, Canada sent out a bold message. We said, because liberals are intellectual smarts and all that, and the conservatives are not, and the other guys too, the other parties are those. Who knows? It's a uniparty. At the end of the day, it oscillates or goes back and forth between 1 and 2, and it's all part. So it's all in all, invest in real estate in Canada. You could grow like that. Otherwise, start gigging around, and it'll be good for everybody. I'm sure it will work out by itself. More of the status quo is always just always, it's good. It's a good message. We sent a clear message. Again, no one fucks with Canadians except Canadians. Those are the, so we got tested. We need, and we'll see how the test, we'll see how the test results pay off in like long term. I kind of have an idea. It's mostly, just pull yourself up by the bootstraps sort of a deal, like to get same status scopes. But it's all good. All in all, I'm feeling optimistic because I know I can count on myself for certain things. Otherwise, and you too, you should probably, again, if you're, just really a good message. You do want people counting on themselves first and foremost, but collectively, got majorly fucked up the ass by the Liberal government, but then we went back and we're like, you know what? This time, this guy's gonna be different. This guy is gonna be different. Mark Carney's gonna be different from the first gay prime minister. He's gonna be good. Although they were best buds, and we had a taste of that. Most people were like, oh, this is probably not good. Authoritarianism is probably no good. But then again, because of the ethos of the Canadians, I've said this before, we've collectively merged into a 40-year-old lesbian. But that's beautiful. I love 40-year-old lesbians. That's what I'm telling you. We select this nice and strong. When you're not faced with any real adversity, it's a nice and strong identity to hold. But it's good. Things are good, and I'm hopeful for the individual. For the individual spirit, I'm hopeful. For Canada together, the collective. Again, if you're ready to invest in real estate, things are gonna be good. Otherwise, fucking careful out there. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday. We're all over the place today. As per usual, nothing but fresh water and fresh air for this guy. Love the waters. Let me just get another sip. Oh man, 2 gay prime ministers. I wonder what the next one's gonna do. Next one, we gotta get a tranny in there. Come on, guys. We gotta get a tranny to really put this train back on the tracks, on the right tracks, right? Next time. We'll do another 8 to 10 years of another liberal government, and then by then it'll just be you'll have a Muslim tranny get it and run for prime minister, and they'll probably, if things keep going the same, it'll probably happen, which is nice. That's progress. You got to be progressive about things, man. Got to keep an open mind, man. Got to keep an open mind. Got to wear the burqa. Got to mask up and wear the burqa, dude. I'm telling you right now, everybody should just make the same amount of money. Should get taxed, heavily taxed, and keep moving in the same direction. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So that's congratulations to us collectively. We are doing things. Doesn't matter, we're doing things. Doesn't matter what we're doing things. As long as you do something, that's good. You gotta do something. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get right into it. Lots to discuss, lots of fun to be had. Although I do gotta say this, it's been on my mind. I'm tired of it. It's 2025. Chicken, ladies and gents. Why is it covered in ball sack skin? Why is chicken covered in ball sack skin? It's 2025. We need our chickens to have something better than ball sack skin covering. I'm urging you out there, please go and speak with your local candidates. This is a grassroots effort. Please speak with anybody in power that you might know. Why are our chickens covered in ball sack skin? Is there no other skin available? Can we not have chickens that are, covered in some sort of like a smoother skin, like a leathery skin. So why does it have to be? And why did we pick the ball sack skin for the chicken? Because the chicken is beautiful. When it's got feathers, it's nice. And then when you pluck the feathers, it's just like, oh, what is this? It's covered in ball sack skin. We've never made, we never said anything as a collective because we felt like, you know what, well, just, it does taste wonderful. Not the skin on by itself. Debatable, it could taste good, but the texture though, the visual aesthetics of it though, it does look a hell of a lot like ball sack skin. And I just believe it's 2025. We have the technology, we do have the resources. If we can just modify the chicken so that they have smoother skin or something that resembles more like another animal, I don't care. Make it look like a cow's leather. Make it look like give it scales like a snake. Give it, like a fish. It doesn't, but the whole ball sack aesthetic is 2025. I think we can move forward beyond this. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like a ball sack that's just been shaved, like day 2 of, shaving the old balls. It looks like that. So I'm just saying, let's change the chicken aesthetic if we can together. Come on, we can pull together and really, I know there's big issues or small issues, but sometimes you got to just focus on what's important, what's in front of you. And I consume chicken on a regular basis, and it's in my face and I don't particularly like it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I have heard low-key, I do hear people complaining. I do hear people talking about it like, oh, why couldn't this be like, like titty skin covered, covering the chicken? Why couldn't it be like the smooth ass? Why does it have to look like balls? Out of all the skins that we could have picked for the chicken, why did we go with ball sack? Cover the chicken in the entire ball sack skin. That's what we said collectively. And I just think it's, again, 2025. We are in the future. We're doing so many great things. Let's change that bad boy up. Aesthetic. I don't even think the chicken's like it. That's why they're covered up in feathers. Who would want, otherwise, a chicken without feathers is just a ball sack with, with little feet and like tiny wings that can't fly. That's what a chicken is. It's just a ball sack with a head and a body, really, if you think about it. So let's just change the aesthetics if we could. I know this is not a big ask. This is not like rocket science. This is just aesthetically changing the way the chickens look. Please sign a petition. I'm raising awareness. Again, I know I'm not the only one who feels like this. Let everybody know. Speak with your family members, friends, anybody who cares to listen. One individual at a time. I believe we can make a difference, and together we will move forward. Ladies and gents. I love that water. So good. Nothing but water for this guy right here. This guy right here. Big water guy, this guy. Putting the snake in the sack, taking the snake out of the sack, a how-to, if you will. A lot of people are wondering out there, how do I handle my snake? What do I do with my snake? How do I deal with this snake in and out of the sack? You got to put the snake in the sack. You got to take the snake out. If you are wondering how to handle snakes, okay, a easy way to handle snakes, I'll say this is just, first of all, get yourself some snakes. Second of all, get yourself a bag. How many snakes should you get? I suggest the more the better. Don't go just like, I'll get one snake and one bag and I'll do snake handling and it'll all work out. Get as many snakes as possible. The more venomous these snakes are, the better your experience will be. The bags could be anything, doesn't matter. It could be a plastic bag. It could have, put some holes in the plastic bag, or some sort of, if it's a, it could be leather. It could be a leather bag. It could be a pleather bag. It could be fake leather. It could be a sack of, a sack that's, it could be a guinea sack for potatoes. You get that, put it in there. But the most important thing is, do not be afraid of these snakes, no matter how venomous they are, no matter how big they are or small they are. Great way to handle the snakes is just let them know who's in charge by telling them, hey, snake, tss, right there. Tss, tss. Hey, I'm in charge. I'm in charge. I'm in charge, snake. Let them know that. Of course, most of these snakes are not really talkative, but they do listen. If they're hissing at you with their tongues or whatnot, if they're showing the fangs, that's a good sign. That means they see the respect that you demand. Their eyes are cold, but they see it at least, and that's a good sign. If they go in for a bite, let them bite you. Honestly, it's just a snake. Let them bite you a few times. You're like, what about the poison? What if it To be honest with you, if that's the kind of question you're going to be asking, what about the poison? Should I be worried about the hazardous poison that might get inside? Then this shit's not for you, doggy. This shit's just not for you, all right? If you're going to be walking around wanting to handle a couple of snakes and all you can think about is like, well, what about the venom? What about the poison? What if I die? Then I'm gonna tell you straight up, G, take a hike. Take a hike, because we don't need that kind of energy around here. Venom is part of the game. I get bitten on a daily basis by snakes. It's nice. It makes me feel good. If I don't get bit by the snakes, I'm not even truly interacting with the snakes. That's my motto. So put your hand on the snake. Some people might tell you put it on the back of the head. I say go face first. Go for like under the jugular area. Just have them look at you, respect you. Because if you go from the back, that's a bitch move. You don't want to be a bitch, do you? So go face the animal first. If it's making hissing sounds, that means it's a little bit aggravated, but that's a good sign. Going face first, hand to face under the jugular. So they might still bite you right there on the hand, which is also a good sign. That means, again, first of all, you're getting rid of the venom. So less venom in the snake. So if you really think about it, the snake is the big loser here. Let him put all the venom in your body. It doesn't even matter. Wiggle it around after it bites you. Wiggle it. Maybe just wiggle it just a little bit. Not too harshly. Of course, you don't want to hurt these snakes. They are beautiful animals. Do not hurt them. But nonetheless, just let them gently bite you a little bit. Anti-venom should be around. If it's not around, quit worrying about what will happen in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. What will happen tomorrow? Will I lose a limb? Dog, stay in the present, all right? Quit future tripping about shit that's either gonna happen or not, and enjoy the experience. Grab the snake by the jugular, put it in a bag. Just simply I like to grab and just drop. Grab, drop, grab, drop right there. Okay, that's very simple. Just put it in the bag, just like that. That's how you handle a snake. Taking it out is a little bit trickier. You don't know what kind of condition the snake is. You don't know where the head is. And you don't want to, I say, grab the bag with the snake, plural snakes in there, right? Typically the bag doesn't really let you know where the snake is. So stick your head straight into the bag. I go head first into the bag. And the best thing is that there's a lot of surface area on your face. You don't even need to use your hand. Simply let the snake do the work for you. It typically just grabs onto it just kind of bites me in the face, the snakes, when I put my head in the bag. And I just lift my head out, and there it is, just right there. They're just hanging right there on the face. And that way I could just unplug the snake and have my way with this. Whatever I want, I could do with the snake. I could pet it. I could low-key give it a little nibble. Just a little. I'll bite the snake myself. Not too harsh. You don't want to hurt the snake, but I'll right there. Just behind the ear. Just little kiss on the cheek. Right there. Nibble behind the ear. And that's how you handle snakes. It's very simple. A lot of people get worried about what will happen if I get bit. Again, if you're asking those types of questions, I recommend you just pick another career, pick another hobby. All right, there's plenty of things to do. If you want to handle snakes, be prepared to get bitten a little bit. As part of it, if you're not willing to get bit, then snakes might not be the pet for you. All right, doggy? But for the rest of you who are out there and you love snakes, that's the safest way to handle snakes. If anybody else tells you otherwise, I usually let babies deal with the snake. I mostly don't. I don't even let, babies and snakes go hand in hand, because it's just, they're relatively, they're both slow. They're both low to the ground, typically. You know what I'm talking about? So I just I sometimes let a baby handle a snake and then I retrieve the snake off the baby. That's about, or like a small animal. If you got like a cat or a dog, let them play around with the snake. Same thing. If you're like, what if my cat gets bitten by a snake? It's like, again, if you're asking that kind of question, dog, you're in the wrong business. I'm just telling you how to handle snakes. This is basic snake handling 101. Welcome to life. Ladies and gents, I believe a lot of people are asking themselves and the internet and themselves and each other, whoever they know, they're like, how do I utilize the hand nail gun, the nail gun? Is it just for construction, or could I be using the nail gun in any other shape or form? And I'm here to tell you that it's not just for construction. Nail guns are, you could literally, if you're like, I like to grip things a little bit more firmly. I don't want to let things go as easily as I'd like. I like it to be like a little bit. Go ahead and use a nail gun and hold on to things more firmly. Let's say, I forgot where my phone is. Lost my phone again. Oh, God. Say goodbye to those days. Take the nail gun. Take your phone, put it in the palm of your hand. Right there. You know, three nails right through your hand and your phone is now permanently attached to your hand until you remove it whenever you decide to. That what I say, just leave it be. Once you get it firmly placed on the palm of your hand, no longer will you be like, I gotta run out the house. Where's the car key? Where's the wallet? Oh, my phone. It's right there, dude. Just take a nail gun, right there, right? Easy breezy. What else? You're like, man, if you're in like college or university, where's my laptop? I forget where I gotta write a paper or essays. Do I write 5 to 50? I gotta write 1,000 words or 250,000. I gotta write 1,000,000 words. I can't find my laptop. Next time you find your laptop, it's been there, right? Misplacing things, it's a human thing. You're not the only one out there, but there's a solution. Take the nail gun and again, put your hand on top of your laptop, right there, right? Firmly placed right there. It's on your hand now. You'll never lose it again until, of course, you remove it. Let's say it was like windy yesterday too. Wind in the city was, it was crazy windy. It kind of gave me allergies, man. Kind of made me wanna sneeze this wind. Wind is a bitch, man. Made me wanna take a tissue and wipe my nose there. Windy in the city, man. And that's what I did. And sometimes you'll be walking and you gotta really just fight against the wind because it's blowing and it's pushing you in different directions. But if you had a nail gun, you could just take the nail gun and on top of your feet to wherever you're standing and just firmly stand in place without ever being blown away. So if you're like, I wonder how could I get, I don't have that low center of gravity. You know what I'm talking about? LCG, low center of gravity, baby. If you don't got that, nail gun right there, your feet to the ground, wherever you're standing, stand on your shit, they say, but stand on your shit, but like do it firmly. Nail gun to the feet, to the floor, to wherever you are. Where is my baby? I misplaced my baby. How many times have we heard that story? Hand right there to baby. Your baby is now firmly attached to the palm of your hand. You're not gonna lose your baby again. Diana. Happens to the best of mothers out there. I'm just telling you right now. Right there. Little Jimbo attached to the palm of your hand, not going anywhere. Not going nowhere. What else? You name it. Your fish bowl. Tired of your fish bowl going missing all around the city all the time because that happens to fish bowls. Right there, dude. Fish bowl attached to the palm of your hand, not going nowhere. Of course, this does limit you to having stuff attached to you, but don't be shy with using the rest of your body. You could just nail gun other items to yourself, other valuable items to the rest of your body. You got limbs, right? You got legs, you got a torso you're working with. Your neck. You could attach so many important stuff to your neck that you typically lose your wallet, your keys. I'm telling you right now, partners out there, your lovers out there, you're like, oh, we love holding hands. But sometimes, because there's like people walking about and shit, in the streets and the sidewalk, we gotta let go of each other's hands, let go of our love, because there's people passing by and they're selfish. I'm telling you, right there to the palm of your hands, right there, firmly attaching yourself to your lover. You can just clothesline motherfuckers in the streets, on the sidewalks. Move around, send a message, all right? Right there, you know? They say they're attached by the hip, but are they really? Until they actually are attached by the hip. Again, using a hand nail gun right there to the side of your just hip to hip, attach it, and it's worth it. I'm telling you right now, I myself have managed to attach so many items, belongings, cherished goods to my body, and I've never lost them ever again, ever since I started using the nail gun to hold on to things. And there you go. It's just a little life hack from me, from your boy, from your dog, to the rest of the dogs out there, to the homies, to the home gals out there holding it down. You know what I'm talking about? So let's go. Just use a nail gun. Quit bitching about whatever you're losing. God. Ladies and gents, a lot of people are wondering, how could I enhance the sound of my farts? It might be faint. It might not be truly audible, which sucks for you. If you're like, how can I make the sound of my fart a little bit louder? Did a lot of research, did a lot of soul searching, and I looked around. I'm like, what amplifies sound? Microphones amplify sound. Where do butts come from? Who knows? Where do assholes come from? They do come from the butt, don't they? Yes, they do. So where do farts come from is the next logical question. They come from assholes. And I said to myself, what if we geolocate the farts, and we did that, and they come from what? Assholes. Exactly. And we have the source of the farts. What if there was a way we could combine the technology that we already have? This is not going about and reinventing the wheel, all right? We're not coming up with magical new ways of, we already got it. It's microphones are right there. Assholes right next to them. Place the two together, and then you can have amplified fart sounds. Go through life with confidence, knowing full well your farts are gonna make great noises. Just letting people know Stacy's in town. Letting people know what Buck is all about. That's right, Buck's a good fella. He's a good, hard-working man with a good head on his shoulders. He'd like to rip one, but let you know that he's ripped one. And Buck could do that right now with placing a tiny microphone inside his asshole. And ladies, this product works for you too. In case you're wondering, could I enhance the sound of my queefs? Because my queefs are so silent, but they're so lovely. I just wish I could share them with the world, you're saying. You're crying on the inside, hurt by the fact that you're queefing all the time, but no one really knows that it hurts. And I'm like, ladies, I get it. I get it. I get what you mean. I'm trying to help. And I did this research together. No, it's okay. We will pull through this together. I say, you know what? No more silent queefs. No more ladies queefing by themselves in silence, not really being able to share with the world. What is this? The Dark Ages? What is this? Medieval times? What is this? I said we could make a difference by simply placing tiny microphones inside our asshole and within the walls of the vagina. And moving forward, ladies, you can let your queefs be heard. You can let your queefs be heard. Finally, we did it, and people are doing it one by one. You'll hear people on the street right there, just letting it rip. Is it a fart? Is it a queef? If you're a lady, we can't tell no more. But the good thing is we know you're there now. We see you. We hear you. We respect it. We love it a little bit, not gonna lie to you. A lot of times it was done on the low key, kind of an underground movement, if you will. Nobody really knew about it, but it took place. We all had our suspicions. Everybody kind of had a clue. Everybody kind of felt something inside, but nobody really liked to talk about it or let it be heard. Why? Why? Societal pressures, expectations from family members, relatives, friends who are queef shaming you, telling you a lady's queefs should not be heard by anyone. They'll say things like that. Well, they're fucking haters. Ladies, they're haters. And fellas, if you want to impress a lady next time you're in the grocery store, moving about with your cart, just kind of put a melon in the cart, right there, rip one, and let her know you are ready. You're about it. Because otherwise, how'd she know? How'd she know you're about it? But thanks to a little bit of thinking outside the box, we've remedied this problem and come up with an excellent solution that'll serve the masses. This isn't just for me. This isn't just for you. This is for all of us. This is bigger than you and I. This is bigger than us, even. Moving forward, generation after generation will come and let their farts and queefs be heard throughout eternity. Let it echo into the ether out there. Let other civilizations know what we're made of, and it's a lot of gas. A lot of gas. That's right. Ladies and gents. Spain and Portugal. Breaking news. Spain and Portugal I believe it was Monday, or maybe it was on the weekend. I'm not sure. I think it was Monday. Spain and Portuguese people. Maybe France too in there. Spain, France, Portugal. Parts of Europe, let's just say. Lost a lot of power. It was a power outage, massive power. Millions of people were left in a blackout. Dark. Cell phones down. Internet services also down. Electricity shut off. Households lighting candles. Gathering around. Family members stressed out, worried, concerned. What is going on? Why is the power outage happening in such a large scale? We're still trying to figure it out. Went off for some time. I believe it's coming back on, or come back on for the most part. It could be many of things. What could contribute to large scale power outages? I know most of you are thinking out there, they must have all been trying to tune in and watch Glad You Made It all at the same time, as people do, billions of people around the globe. And I say that is plausible, of course, but let's not go pointing fingers to things that we're not, it could be a number of things. Before you go, everybody was trying to watch Glad You Made It all at once, and it just fucking broke the electricity circuit and took down the grid, all right? Could be that. Could be other things too, all right? There with the sun, don't go around assuming things you know nothing about. Just because people do want to watch. Yeah, sure. In Europe, what's really popular? Soccer, maybe. But first, it might be soccer, then Glad You Made It, or maybe it's Glad You Made It. I don't know. Maybe it's the new generation is taking soccer and saying, soccer is really good, but we'll watch the show first. Maybe that could be the reason. But hey, I'm not responsible. Glad You Made It is not responsible for that shit. It might be a number. It might be. They're saying it might be the weather. The weather might be, and who knows? They might also say that it's a cyber attack, but also who knows? And to the weather, I'm sending a message out there. You mess with our program, we'll come after you. Might not be today, weather. Might not be tomorrow. Might not even be next week. We're not gonna tell you when. You're not gonna know. But we're coming. And if it's anybody out there that thinks it's a funny idea to make cyber attacks on our European brethren and sistren out there, if you think you can just get on your keyboards and do your with the keyboards and the clicks and make cyber attacks and shit, well, you got another thing or two coming. I'm not quite sure what, but in time we will retaliate if we find out who or what. It could just be just the weather. I think it might be, who knows what. But if it's cyber attacks, we will unleash just rabid dogs on your assholes. Do you understand what I'm talking? Rabid cane. I'm talking German shepherds who've been trained and are just dying. They're just itching. These German shepherds are itching. We you know what we do on our spare time? We have people who we took away, all right? Because they were doing cyber attack shit. And we let our German shepherds sniff their assholes. So they're accustomed to the smell of asshole of cyber attackers. And they're just fucking gnawing at assholes that are, you know, they ate everything else. There's nothing else left but the assholes of those individuals. Just the little asshole on a keyboard. What is that? You hear that? Typically it'd be that noise, but now it's just silence because it's just one shriveled calamari on a keyboard and the canine unit is playing with it, son. So that canine unit is just waiting out. If we find out who's behind this shit, the canine unit will be set free, and God help you. Good luck outrunning these German shepherds. Their teeth are made of dog teeth, but like really sharp ones. They're hungry because we feed them, but they're still hungry. They're animals. They'll eat like forever until they'll throw up. So they're adequately hungry. Their coats are soft because we take care of them. We brush them, we wash them, we feed them. Their nails clipped because they're well groomed and taken care of. Like I said, they're animals. We love them, but they're waiting nonetheless to be let loose on your asshole. So that's the message to any cyber attacker that's fucking thinking about coming to Europe, to anywhere else, fucking with the grids and shit when we've got our programs running. Think twice. Speaking of power outages and blackouts, lights on or off, am I right, ladies? Lights on or off? It's a question we all ask ourselves. Gentlemen, of course, you're in there as well. If you're the type of person that says, I want to do lovemaking with the lights on, I just thought about this. I'm like, how can we enhance your experience? Who has the best lights? People say, put the lights on. I want to see your pretty face. Put the lights on. I want to see that smile. Put the lights on. I want to see all of you. Oftentimes we just resort to, you know, little lamp here, little light there, little lamp there, little lights. Well, what if you're experiencing light deficiency? What if your life could get a boost in the lighting game? And that's why I came up with the idea of introducing floodlights into bedrooms for when you're making love or when you're about to make love. Next time you walk into the bedroom and she says, you know what, tonight, baby, let's put the lights on. Flip it right there. Flip a switch, click is what your industrial sized floodlights in the bedroom. Oh my God, First, you might go blind for a few seconds. I'm telling you, if you can withstand a few minutes of the floodlights just burning your retina, just a few minutes of burning your retina, it'll all be worth it. I'm telling you right now, the floodlights are the next level lighting game in the lovemaking arena. Do not hold out on yourself and your lover's experience. Do not say, you know, I'm gonna save a few bucks, I'll go with a tiny light. When she says lights on, I'll just flip this little light, this little mini light, this little miniature light. Is it even a light? Go with a full-blown stadium-sized floodlight. Really just flip a switch and turn everything. Just see your body in X-ray. You know what I'm saying? Skeletal vision. Just see see the outline of your body. See inside of yourself if you dare look inside yourself and your lover too. Because a lot of people will want to like, oh, I'm gonna eat you out. Can't wait to eat you out. She's like, I can't wait to give you head. I can't wait to give you head. She'll say that. Where is it though? Where is it? Is it right here? Is it right there? I can't. With this inadequate lighting, I can barely see, even though you're very large in the pants. She'll say that. But how many times have we had relationships fall apart, shatter before our eyes due to inadequate lighting? Why must this go on? I said to myself, and I said, isn't there better? Isn't there something more we could do? And that's when I just clicked. I'm like, who's got the best lighting in the game? Stadiums do. Introduce that to your bedroom. Really flip a light switch and turn it on. Do not deprive yourself of the experience of getting lit properly. Conversely, if you like to have the lights off, I know a lot of people do. It's a little bit more romantic, some say. Let's turn the lights off, baby. I want to sucky, fucky in the dark. She'll say that. Sure. Flipping a switch and turning off the lights might be your traditional method, but why not go with pure blackout? Pure blackout. Simply create a room inside your household with no windows, with no source of light, where it's pitch black, and walk in there and Marco Polo your way to each other's genitals. No more of this, just dabbling in darkness. Go full. If you're gonna fully commit to something, walk in there, bump into each other several times. I'm telling you right now, nothing enhances a lovemaking session like you bumping foreheads with your lover. CTE should not just be reserved for the strong men and women out there who go in the ring and tussle. Should not just be reserved for the wrestlers out there. Shouldn't just be allocated to the cowboys and cowgirls who ride cows. Should not just be reserved for the matadors and matagals. What is a female matador? I've never even thought about that. Matador is a male matador. Are female matadors also matadors? He pondered to himself with no answer. Leave a comment if you're a female matador, a famador, a female matador, matador, male matador, matador, female matador, famador, girl matador, gamador, woman matador, womador. I don't know, to be honest with you, but these are the questions that are, of course, hitting everybody deeply inside, and just, we are all waiting for answers, aren't we? But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to share that with you and say that there is a solution, okay? There is a solution. If you want to go lights on or off, do it properly. Don't half-ass this shit. Fucking turn off the floodlights and go blind for a minute or two, and maybe even lose your vision for a day and a half. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It is worth every second. Matador, male matador, matador, female matador, famator, woman matador, womador, woman matador, womador, girl matador, gumator, gal matador, gadator. Who knows what these Spaniards call their female matadors, but we'll look into it. Leave a comment if you're a female matador or a famator. Excuse me, I apologize. I don't know everything about it. I'm trying to learn as we go along. Who knows what a female matador is? Do they even are they even allowed? Are they even allowed? I'm sure I've never seen a female matador. Tits versus bull? God. I mean, I do feel bad for the bull, but tits versus anything. I'll pay good money for that in time. Not now, but in time. Good money. Decent money. A humble amount of money. ladies and gents. We had to do something together. I'm just gonna say it. It's, I believe, Geffrey. I forget her first name right now. Maybe Victoria Geffrey, I want to say. The chick that alleged that the Prince Andrews touched her and whatnot when she was like 17 and got paid money to go on the hush hush, on the low, on the hush hush. She got paid out of court. She alleged that Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in prison right now, introduced her to Jeffrey Epstein, and Jeffrey Epstein introduced her to Prince Andrew, and then Prince Andrew did stuff, sexuals, with her, allegedly, all in all. We heard about her, and a few weeks ago, she came out and allegedly she got into a car crash. And then there was some mystery around that topic, and it was interesting because there's no police report at the time of the crash. But then she went online and said, I have a limited time, I'm going to be dying soon. She said that on the lines. And now it turns out, I just found out that she has now committed suicide. I just want to say this as a, I'll just be honest with you. I'll just straight up keep it $150 here. As an Illuminati cleaner upper, as a owl effigy lover, you know what I'm talking about, as a hooty hoo, you know what I'm talking about, owls, and top, just secret society shit. Just we party sometimes, and I personally don't, but when people do in the circle, there's got to be a cleanup crew after. And then some people, this is the thing, you do cash payouts. This is the lesson, the moral of the story is I just want people to, sometimes you have cash, you pay people off. So we have people who show up to our gatherings, whether it's a Diddy party or an Epstein Island party, or those are the famous ones that you and I have heard about and know of. But then sometimes we got to get people to come out chit-chatting, talking about their experiences that they've had at these islands or parties, and all of a sudden elite motherfuckers be getting locked up. And elite motherfuckers don't have time to get locked up, right? You understand what I'm trying to say? So cleanup crews, you have to go in there and clean up the mess. And we did that. Allegedly, of course, none of this is, but just letting you know, if you get paid, the money is there, so you keep your mouth shut. You can't get paid and also go just talking about stuff, continue to spread the message. You get paid, you go disappear. You get paid a lump sum of money, undisclosed amount of money out of court. You go, and the payment itself is an act of, you agree technically by paying that it's an agreement. It's agreeing that you're guilty of something. Why would you pay? But that's something you need the cleanup crew to go in there to clean the mess up. Because if somebody's not guilty, why would you pay? You'd go to court, you figure it out. But then you pay, you're like, okay, there must be something somewhere. But nonetheless, people keep talking after their payments, and sometimes we got to go in there and just guide people to suicide, and that's part of the game. All right, I just want you to understand. If you get paid, do not go out there talking to the tabloids because this is not something I like. This is not the part of the job that I like. It's just something I have to do it as a cleanup crew member. Costs to cleanup crew members. That's what it is. It's what it is. It's what we do. All right. Some people call it laundry. Some people call it just, do a wash. Can you do a wash? I'll do a little wash. You know what I'm talking about? So that's what it is. Sometimes, but the lessons learned here, if you do, if something horrible does happen to you, if you do go get paid, then, because you can't go get paid and then continue to talk about it. If you get paid, change your name, move away, all right? Change your name, move away. We'll give you a new identity, but go away. Go away. Do not have a social media presence. Do not be talking to people. Do not be talking about, trafficking children and, prime ministers and princes and diplomats and who knows, high profile celebrity. Who knows? Do not be talking about the experiences you've had at the said parties. All right. You got paid afterwards, maybe. But then if you don't, cleanup crews got to go in there and make you commit to suicide. So, and again, it's a salary. It's not a, you know, it's a fixed salary. So I'm not looking forward to doing more work. It's a fixed salary. I get a lump sum. I got to take care of business. I'm on call. I'm on call. It's not one of those things where you clock in or clock out. I'd be happily getting paid, even if there was no people to clean up after. But there's some people that I got to clean up, and sometimes you got to go clean up, and people, you know, commit suicide. So I'm just letting you know outside. Fucking keep it on the down low if you get paid. If you don't get paid, then go talk. But then if you get paid, you get paid for your silence. You get paid to remain silent. But then if you go talking, it's not, you know. And then people like me gotta come in, and it's not a part of the gig that I enjoy. But we gotta do it. You need a cleanup crew. How do you expect things to work? High demand by the people high up. High demand, high goods by people that are high up. You must understand. Needs to be a cleanup crew. Sometimes people need to go and clean up. All right. She committed suicide. All right. Miss Jeffrey committed suicide just like the same way Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. All right. Same way. Same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, what else did I want to talk to you guys and gals about? Of course, I'll tell you this. Sometimes you might be wondering to yourself, how do I, you know, clean out the wax in my ear? How do I, you know, get the wax out of my ear? And that's a very simple procedure. A lot of people might go to a doctor and say, hey doc, I got a little wax in my ear. Could you do a little, you know, could you get a little syringe and like pump a little bit of hot water or whatever it is into my ear and like suck it out, or like, you know, put on gloves and like, you know, get a little turkey baster yourself and put a little bit of hot water in there and just squirt it in your ear, hope for the wax to get out of your ear. That's traditional classic stuff that you could do, but this is 2025. We've started a facility for removing earwax out your ear, and we do it by mouth. We go mouth to ear. That's right. If you are looking for a new way, this is like an enema for your ear, essentially, but it's way different. More or less the same as we do actually do enemas by mouth as well at this local facility. Come to think of it, the two businesses were so similar. We're like, why not? It just makes sense. So if you're like, is there a way to get wax out of my ear? There certainly is. We do mouth to ear wax removal. We just get in there, sloppy toppy for your ear, and we suck it out, right? And it's much better than the turkey baster, less invasive, less intrusive, if you will. And again, same thing with the anal enemas. Typically, again, a syringe filled with liquids of sorts, you sitting on a platform on your knees, ass up, and, you know, pump with the liquids and wait for the explosion to occur, and there you go, clean asshole, clean rectum. But people debate whether or not it's actually beneficial for you because of the gut biome you're fucking around with it, of course, but we don't want you to know that, son, because I gotta make bank at the end of the day. All right, so we do mouth to ass enemas, and we remove everything via the mouth. All right, so if you're like, is there a more natural way instead of a turkey baster in the asshole? There certainly is, and we do it at our facilities. Again, that's earwax removal and ass to mouth enemas for our guests, and you are a guest. Let's just remember that, okay? Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace out.